Hey, together, and the Black Dragon's back, and welcome all of you to the tunnel that I never liked. Okay, we're back in the chest with Fragile Dreams. I think we just came out this way. So we're going that way then. I still don't like the tunnel. Because it's... Well, they seem to run together at one point, and this one just runs off into nothing. But they're on the outside of the circle, so we're gonna go this side first. So, welcome back everyone, I hope you're doing fine, you're doing alright. Ow, lady! I was not prepared of this. I did not know that we had an arrangement with something like that happening. Come on, down please. I wanna ask you a question. Come on. Oh, come on. How close do I have to be? Oh, whoa. Okay. We take a swing. And we're gonna leave this place. You know what? Oh! God damn it, what's... Screw everything behind this one. They don't wanna cooperate with me, so I don't care about it. There's something. Can I have that? There's something. How... I see it. But I'm not able to get that. So there's a bonfire and, well, a campfire in another place. So let's go this side first, see if there is something. Jelly! That's in. You are? How wasn't you? Damn, I have to super close to get to this mechanism, but they can be far away. I don't like it. Oh. How do you have it? Surprising. Just see, he's right next to me. Oh. Die, both of you. Fire. Bring up despair. I'm waiting for you. Oh. Freaking jelly. Really? Another one of those flash bulbs, really? Okay. Okay. And there was one more area that I had to search. So let's see what's up in this spindle way. Goddamn enemies. They get more and more annoying than anything else. Come on. And those really narrow hallways are really annoying with the way... Wow, that's just a wee bit creepy. That's too big. Hi. I'm gonna go now. Have fun with your... Oh, God damn it. With your... painting of a human, or whatever that was. Well, it was a human, pretty sure, but it was strange. And you don't have anything. Okay, gonna go now. Come on, go around that. I hope you enjoy your stay at hotel far away from me. So bye. Well, good thing. And still there's this item that I can't get for some reason. Because I can't even see it. It's also a big mystery item. Don't care about that. Let's just sit down here and see what we found. And then organize a little bit. So comfy.
Nice surprise.
What did we find? Oh, Purple Bell Sylvia.
Dawn was just about to break, and the subdued rays of morning light were finally spreading across the sky. I was taking my time, strolling through the bustling scene of the early hours. The clamor hurt my ears. Angry shouts rang from the main street, while flirts could be heard in the alleys. I avoided the hubbub on my way. Just being in a foul place like this made me remember the life I'd led. There was a shop with its door propped open. The music that wafted from within was not what you'd consider uplifting. The sign by the entrance was half shrouded in dark. The word Sylvia adorned it.
Boss, I think you've had enough,
A sweet voice said from behind the bar. The bartender was a long-haired woman in a sleeveless dress who was leaning against the wall.
I know it's up to you, but I think you've been hitting the bottle hard lately.
The voice was young and lilted, like that of a male cat calling to a female.
I think it might not... Rika?
A glass clattered hard against the bar's surface, cutting her off. Silence followed.
Fine. Don't listen to me then.
The girl behind the counter took the glass to fill it, but grumbled in disapproval.
I'm just saying this out of concern for you. You look exhausted these days. And the last lady to run this place, well, you know. Rika!
Again the glass hit the counter. A cigarette was lit.
Once you're done, you can leave for today.
What?
Do you want me to fire you?
The woman bristled with anger. But the girl named Rika only shrugged her shoulders.
Don't say that. If you deserted me, I'd be all alone.
The glass she placed on the bar didn't smell of the pungent alcohol. It was a white liquid.
The last owner of this place died from alcohol poisoning. I don't want that to happen to you. See you tomorrow.
There was the sound of high heels approaching. I darted behind the sign.
Huh?
Rika looked up and down the alley, bathed in morning light.
Sylvia?
I already knew who she was calling to by that name. Rika gave a heavy sigh, for the first time, and dragged her feet down the dirty street. It was only when she was finally out of sight that I made up my mind. I'd never heard how Sylvia had been brought up before she died. She was so shy and quiet. There wasn't much to say about her. She was the one girl I didn't hate. But now, I was going to steal her name. At first, I thought it was revenge. It had to be. Revenge against them for living better lives than me. And it was revenge against my own cruel fate. Step by step, I made my way through the half-open door into the shop and whispered, "Mama." The woman was slumped over the bar, the same as when Rika first left. She sluggishly hoisted herself up to look at me and shook her head as though she wasn't sure what she was hearing. I whispered once more, "Mama." That's when her barren eyes, laced with crow's feet, wrinkled in a squint.
Oh, so it's you.
She laughed with tears in her eyes.
You poor little thing. You look just the same as when you first came here.
Something about how she said that made her sound like Rika.
Where have you been? You've been gone for so long. What have you been doing with yourself? Here, drink up. You can have this. It's your favorite. I'll give you whatever you need. Anything at all.
There's a good girl. She cooed in a slow drawl, offering me the glass. I wonder if Sylvia was also served warm milk like this the first time she came here. "I'm sorry," I whispered for the first time to myself. "I am Sylvia. Sylvia, with her purple bell. The little girl who was held close by Mama in a small downtown bar."
Huh. This character is getting more and more strange. But whatever, I'm gonna see you once I arranged everything, and then we're gonna go and jump right back into whatever we have to find out now. So, now we're back. There's also something. Okay, so I have 3 ways to go. Okay, this is the one item that I couldn't pick up before. But now I can, okay. Because it takes up my inventory, I'm gonna check this really quick, and then I'm gonna see which way we're gonna move first. If you're wondering, the item that was lying around there, it was just a hammer. I put into my other inventory, my luggage, whatever it is, so I don't have to hold on to it. So let's see what's down this hallway. A mystery item that's just 1 block big. I like those the most because those can be potential. Oh, hi, ow! Ouch! I have to cancel with you. You try to send me. And it's not relax! Goddamn, this is a Russian move. And think this. Dude, seriously? I'm taking way too much damage, but I think I'm also not at the best level that I could have at this situation. So I have to be careful with those.
If the ID cannot be confirmed,
I don't look inside of this box because this one will
if
probably.
the ID
And there's nothing. Okay. This looks like the way forward. So backtracking!
Nice surprise.
Hey, we found another bell! Wow, that's gonna be a lot of talking this episode.
Everyone in town called the old writer who lived in this house a weirdo. The house was old-fashioned, and the walls seemed weighted with history. So little care and upkeep had been done to the place, it wouldn't be a stretch to call it a dump. The front door was always open, and not because it wasn't locked, but because there was no lock at all. Some would think that an invitation to burglars, but the place was such a mess that you'd lose all interest in stealing the moment you stepped inside. The house reflected its owner, an oddball, aged and in disarray. And this day, that oddball writer was laying in the middle of his hallway. For a moment I thought he was dead, but every once in a while, his finger would twitch, betraying signs of life. The bones in the back of his hands stood out, gnarled under paper-thin skin, but his slicked back hair looked young. The black framed glasses he habitually wore had stayed on, even after his fall. He'd probably worn those glasses so long that they were a part of his very being. And there he lay, weaving my way through the filth and the clothes and the furniture. I entered the house, and he didn't even notice.
Bisk.
He called my name in a gravelly voice. With each call, my body would shiver with surprise, and the bell would ring. It was a refreshing sound. The old man must have heard it too. He immediately leapt off the floor and turned his back to me.
Not another step.
The man almost spat out.
I don't want you coming near me.
And with that, he went back to the mountain of papers that buried what might have once been a desk. His hand never stopped moving as he scratched at his head. Believe it or not, he'd call out, drop to the floor, and do it all again. I was thoroughly baffled. And so I sat in the corner of the writer's room until night fell. The bell at my neck continued to tinkle lightly as I tilted my head. Can this man truly be Bisk's family? I came to check up on him every few days, but each time he'd act just as wild and nonsensical. when he wasn't throwing himself on the floor. He was completely immersed in his writing. Disturbed by his unnatural behavior, I tried my best not to allow my bell to ring, and so I stayed nestled in the corner until I finally heard the sound of a pen sliding across the desk.
Phew.
A loud sigh was immediately followed by a loud thud. He'd fallen backwards off his chair.
Finally, finished.
The way he breathed those words sounded so unlike his usual crazed tone. I lifted my head, and the bell chimed to him gently. With his back still on the floor, he let out a low moan.
Oh, Bisk. Bisk, my dear.
I was sure he'd yell at me to stay away again today, but instead he just lifted his thin, ghost-like arm and gestured to me. Just as I neared him, with my careful, steady steps, he suddenly grabbed me by the scruff of my neck and dragged me down with him. At first I went stiff with fear, but then I heard the beating of his heart. He gently closed his eyes and petted me.
Ah, Bisk, is that you? You've gotten so much thinner since I last saw you.
His bony hands were rough, but he petted me softly. As I sat there, unable to answer, the beating of his heart became softer and softer. He continued to coo at me gently.
Finally, I'm able to sleep.
His last words sounded more like he was speaking them from a dream. As the hand on me never wavered, I finally realized. My doubts were cleared. I understood now that this was the orange-belled Bisk's family. And as I gently closed my eyes, I could feel the sound of my own heartbeat, slowly melting free of its ice. I am Bisk. Bisk with her orange bell. The foster child who brings peaceful slumber to the master writer, whom everyone called crazy.
Very interesting. So, why are you
It's
here?
an honor to see you.
Go away.
Will you be buying or selling today?
Neither. Please go.
Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. So, as far as I can see this, whoever this person really is, he really can take over the form from a quote-unquote dead person. And I don't care about you, I wanna have that. And he goes to their family. Walk on eggshells. Okay, I'm gonna do so. To either get revenge or to give them a method to say goodbye. Hi. Oh, there's something. It's too big for a memory. I don't get a total grasp on that character yet, so it's confusing me. Also, I know that I'm running long this time, but
Man, I'm
there
getting
were
sleepy.
2 Bell stories at the golf club. Nice. Thank you. Okay, there are 3 Bell memories in this episode, so that's the reason why we're gonna run long. Let's see what the yellow bell Lotte is. Or Lotte. Oder Lotte. Maybe it's German, I don't know.
A tall human was watering the garden. His white shirt and black slacks were simple and clean.
Teacher!
As the 2 young children called out, a man who was watering the grass raised his head.
Yes? Anything the matter?
The man they called teacher kneeled down to peer at the young boy through his glasses.
Teacher, When's Lot coming back?
The question came from the little girl. Even from a distance, I could see the man's face grow dark.
Teacher, will Lot ever come back?
The little boy looked up expectantly, but their teacher could only furrow his eyebrows and purse his lips. More children gathered, questions alight on their small faces. Their matching white shirts were tattered with use. I could imagine that Lot, too, had joined this circle with her signature yellow bell. The young children didn't appear to have parents. They lived in the big, plain house with the man they called teacher.
Now, what's taking her so long? She's gone away before, but...
The teacher murmured an excuse, but the children wouldn't be soothed.
We want to play with Lot again. Maybe Lot's sick. Maybe she's hurt. I bet she misses us. She must miss us.
As worry spread among the children, the teacher asked them a question.
Let me ask you, does it make you sad to think that Lot's lonely?
Of course. We miss her.
The teacher nodded and continued. Then, if Lot knew how you missed her, it'd make her sad, right? His voice was gentle. As I watched from a distance, I hesitated momentarily. I knew that the yellow bell that Lot possessed was from this orphanage, which was why I'd come. But I couldn't imagine that she really had a family in this place. Would anyone care if she were gone? Their worries now put to rest, the children returned to their games, but one girl lingered behind. A freckled girl with curly hair.
But we're all...
The girl mumbled, looking down at her feet.
We're all still sad, even if Lot isn't lonely.
The teacher put his hand on top of the girl's head.
I suppose there are some things that can't be helped.
I know what you do at night,
the girl blurted, looking at him hard.
If you really felt it couldn't be helped, then you wouldn't be out searching for Lot every night after we've gone to sleep.
The teacher quickly put a finger to his lips.
Everyone's worried enough as it is.
But now I'm more worried about you, teacher.
The man simply nodded with a sad smile at the girl's words.
I know that. And I'm sorry.
Then, with the hose still in hand, he looked at the sky and spoke aloud.
Between you and me, I'm not all that worried about Lot. I'm sure she'll still survive outside these walls. All that matters is that we all considered her family. I'm sure she wants to treasure those words too, because the family we made here is the only one we've ever had. As far as I'm concerned, we're Lot's family, and as long as she knows that, everything will be okay. And to be honest, I believe that Lot will return someday.
Night came, and the lights in the orphanage winked out. I slowly crept out from the shadows that spread before the orphanage. The moment the teacher saw me, he stopped in his tracks. The light from the full moon completely transformed me. I rang the bell, knowing it was all I could rely on.
Lot? Is that you?
Yes. It's me, Lot.
So then, does this mean you're ready to come back to our home?
But of course. If you'll have me, that is. Back at the orphanage, the freckled girl was trying her best to calm the children, who were crying from the teacher's absence. For days now, she'd taken his place guarding them at night. Holding the young girl to him, the teacher announced my return to all the children, to all the family. I am Lot, Lot with her yellow bell. A gentle member of this orphanage, with a bigger family than anyone could ask for.
Okay, I still don't get really what the story is behind this character. And what I'm a bit more concerned of is that I don't know if we're ever gonna find out who this character really is and what his or her story is. But he's very interesting for the reason why he does everything and what he does, because it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. One time he talks about revenge and the other time he doesn't, so I don't get that character. Maybe I missed something really obvious in the whole thing, but maybe with the next few stories that we get from him, everything will clear up. Maybe we get a story from him or her itself. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. But that's going to be everything for this episode. This episode is really long because I found 3 of those bells or diaries or books, whatever they actually are, what I find. In the next episode, we're gonna go ahead a bit further and try to find out more about the current situation that we are in, and who knows, maybe we'll find out a bit more about the spell person. So, but I still hope, even if there wasn't really much to this episode, because we didn't get away from this area at all, I still hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a comment down below. I really would appreciate that, and hope to see all of you to the next episode of Fragile Dreams, because we're gonna move on in the next episode. There won't be as much memory reading like it was in this episode, unless there are a lot of memories now in the next few rooms. But I don't hope so. But bye!